Hey, what is up, guys? So today we're going to talk about why vegans should support animal-free whey protein. This video also applies to things like cultured meat and lab-grown meat, but for the sake of keeping this video simple, we're going to just keep it focused on animal whey protein. So I've noticed that there's a lot of vegans who have very emotional reactions to things like animal-free whey protein. I've seen certain companies advertise their animal-free whey protein, which I guess I should clarify what animal-free whey protein is. Essentially, it's whey protein that is molecularly identical to animal-based whey protein, except no animals actually involved, and through the use of microbes and technological advancement, long story short, they've been able to create whey protein that is literally the same thing as animal whey protein, except it's not derived from an animal. But anyway, I've seen many vegans have these weird emotional reactions when they see products and advertisements online for things like animal-free whey protein. They'll say things like, ooh, no thanks, or like, why do we have to do this? Plants are already enough, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, I mean, these products are more so designed for people who will likely never give up animal-based foods. Now, of course, it isn't morally obligatory for vegans to promote animal-free whey protein, but there is much utility in doing so. The plant protein versus animal protein debate has been a prominent one in the fitness community for some time now, and products like animal-free whey can put an easy end to them. Even though the science is in support of plant proteins resulting in the same outcomes as animal protein with respect to muscular strength and development, some meat eaters still have a weird emotional attachment to animal protein, and as a result feel there is something in animal protein that is not in plant protein, which makes animal protein superior to plant protein. As animal-free whey protein becomes more widely available, conversations with meatheads who have this weird obsession with animal protein will be made much more simple. You won't have to go into a crazy debate about animal protein versus plant protein. You could just be like, okay, sure, whatever. How about this synthesized, made in a lab whey protein, which is molecularly the same thing as animal protein, except it's not from an animal, meaning it does not come with all the ethical atrocities that normally come with animal farming, as well as the negative environmental impact. This is all very valuable for the animals, especially because the higher protein demand required in pursuing a non-vegan lifestyle entails such a large amount of animals dying in comparison to a non-vegan's previous lifestyle where they were not prioritizing fitness so much and hence were not prioritizing protein. Of course, non-vegans prior to being into fitness still consume a lot of animal products, but when a non-vegan truly becomes a gym bro or gets super into fitness, they start eating loads of chicken breast, egg whites, whey protein, turkey, fish, etc. because of the increased demand for protein when trying to build muscle and strength. Some absolute morons even decide to consume a gallon of milk per day. So I mean, just think about it. There is a giant subset of the population whose dietary requirements, at least in their head if they're not vegan, require loads of animal products. So animal-free whey protein or lab-grown meat are going to be a great alternative to brain-dead meathead gym rats who are incapable of looking into the data on plant versus animal protein and just blindly think there is something magical in animal protein which plant protein does not possess. I'm making this video because, as I said before, I've seen so many vegans comment things like, no thanks, or plants are perfectly fine, why do we even need to do this, when facing a post promoting something like animal-free whey or cultured meat. It's important to understand that these products are going to be for the non-vegan people who are unwilling to give up their emotional and irrational attachments to animal products, and especially athletes who have those really dumb beliefs about the magical properties in animal protein we've discussed before. And let's be honest, guys, most of us vegans know a couple of non-vegans, or even many, who for whatever reason will likely never give up meat or animal products. So why not promote lab-made animal products that don't entail all of the suffering that makes vegans have issues with animal products in the first place? Surely we understand that animal products are not intrinsically bad. It's the process by which we obtain animal products that is bad. Meaning that if we could produce, quote, animal products in a way which does not entail all of the negative things which make us think animal products are bad in the first place, then those specific animal products should be promoted by vegans just as plant-based meats are. Now back to the fitness points again real quick. I personally have no good reason to try animal-free whey protein with respect to gaining muscle, but I do think it is valuable for me to spread the word around about it, especially to my non-vegan friends who are heavily into fitness and require more protein. Of course, the more we spread this kind of product, the more demand there will be for the product, hence supply. And the more available lab-made animal protein there is, the less conversations need to be had about plant versus animal protein. The conversation will simply just be a matter of ethics at that point. We will have approximately 3 options when discussing protein with a brain-dead meathead gym rat. Option number 1, we have plant protein, which we vegans have no good reason to believe is any less effective at building muscle than animal protein, but of course, the brain-dead meathead does. Well, he doesn't really have a good reason to believe this, but he still does hold this belief. Option number 2 is animal protein, which comes with all of the ethical and environmental issues. And then there's option number 3, which is lab-made animal protein, which is molecularly the same thing as option number 2 in all the ways that matter to the brain-dead meathead idiot. And of course, this option does not require the breeding, exploitation, and commodification and murder of animals. So to summarize, of course, vegans do not have an obligation to consume these products or promote them, but there is obvious utility in us doing so, at least with promoting them, so that these people who have these ridiculous attachments to animal products can just go ahead and have the lab-grown versions. Now, I'm assuming these people that are so brain dead that they can't, look at the science related to plant protein versus animal protein may also have an issue with the fact that these foods are made in a lab. And of course, at that point, they're going to have to provide some sort of argument or a reason why it's just so problematic to eat something that comes from a lab, even though it is molecularly the same exact thing. And they're going to have a problem doing that. Number one, because of course, we're assuming these people that need this product are brain dead to begin with and love animal protein. And number two, it'll be pretty hard to even come up with this argument. I mean, they're literally molecularly the same thing. So what is actually different between the two, right? Besides the way in which we get the two. Alrighty, guys, that is the end of the video. Let me know what you think about what I said in this video. Let me know if you agree with what I said, if you disagree, and are you willing to try this animal-free whey protein stuff? Just as I asked if you guys are willing to try the animal-free whey protein, including ice cream that was basically like dairy, but not derived from animals. I covered this in a video in the past. What do you guys think? Will you try it? Will you promote it? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Dude, even vegans don't get your weird, stupid wannabe sense of irony here. Who is your audience? Nobody gets these dumb jokes. Dude, even vegans don't get your weird, stupid